Does using a mouse for too long hurt your hands? Does it start to cramp up? Or do you just get tired of moving away from the keyboard if you type a lot to grab the mouse and do something really basic? I might have the solution for you, and it's actually helped my wrist pain quite a bit. It's not an ergonomic product that I expected to like. Hello everyone, my name's Adam or EposVox. Welcome back to another review. This time I'm taking a look at another Contour Design product. This is their RollerMouse Red Plus, which is an ergonomic product. The shuttles that I reviewed were targeted at like video editors and content creators. This is a product for everyone, and it's pretty cool. In essence, it is a mouse combined into a wrist rest to use with your computer, and that's it. Thanks for watching the review. See you next time. No, I won't be like that video. So this is a really interesting product, but it's something that you will have to spend time with it in order to fully get, and it's always one of those hard sells of if you spend enough time with it, you may find that you love it, but if you go based on first impressions, you'll probably hate it. I can't get enough of this thing. So it's basically meant to be an ergonomic product. It has a wrist rest, which has the perfect angle, at least for my keyboard. Certain keyboards have different heights, but with my WASP code keyboard stacked on top of here, the angle has been perfect. And so if nothing else, this has been my favorite wrist rest that I've ever used, which is kind of strange to say. It's a little expensive for a wrist rest, but you have the leathery, pleathery with some foam underneath wrist rest, which is extremely comfortable and for me at just the right angle. Then you have the actual roller mouse itself, which is this rubber bar here that slides back and forth as you move the cursor around your desktop. It has basically three components: the wrist rest, the mouse, and then you actually have these clicker buttons for the left, right, double click, and copy and paste buttons, and then a vertical scroll for scrolling through websites. So if you don't want to use a mouse at all, like for a laptop, if you have a dedicated laptop station or something, I don't know, or you just don't want to use a mouse a lot, this will be a complete replacement. The mouse controls with this rolly bar, as I said. It's rubberized and has these little dots on it, which work great, but the rubbery texture, while gripping your fingers nicely, does attract a lot of dust, lint, skin flakes, cat hair, so mine is already looking pretty gross. You can clean it with just like a damp paper towel or something probably, but it does attract a lot of dirtiness, but it works just flawlessly in my opinion. So it's hard to explain visually how it works, but it works like intuitively. Like once you figure it out, it's very intuitive to use. Scrolling up and down moves the mouse up and down, and moving the bar side left and right moves it left to right. And then you can do like perfect circles with it once you get used to how it controls. You can adjust the cursor speed with this middle button here. Mine is set to the middle setting. There's 5 LED dots of speed. You have copy and then paste buttons to copy and paste files or text or what have you. You can scroll vertically through a list, and this scroll wheel is phenomenal, much better than pretty much any other scroll wheel in a mouse that I have used. And then if you want to specifically open something, it has a dedicated double click button, so you don't have to sit here and try to double click, but you can click and double click with both the roller mouse, like the cursor mouse itself. It pushes in to click, has a very nice satisfying tactile click to it, and you can click it pretty much as fast as you want. It is a little sensitive though. I have found every once in a while that I'll just accidentally click it while doing stuff and throw me off. It is not a fairly frequent occurrence, but it does still happen, and it can kind of disorient me. But the rest of the buttons are fairly clicky too. They don't have a lot of like travel distance. They don't go down very far, but the clickiness, it feels good. You know when you're clicking it. Overall build quality is pretty good. Has a metal base here, which is as sturdy as it gets. It is super sturdy. It's a little wobbly on this table because the middle bar of my table makes the table uneven. It's totally flat on my main desk. And then it has an attachment portion for these feet. Now these feet are pretty cool. They slide in on here, and you have multiple means of adjusting. You can either just add, basically these feet are simply to hold your keyboard. So if you just need the lip of your keyboard held up, you can do that, or you can slide it into this bigger keyboard holder, which will hold the rest of your keyboard and give it a little bit of elevation like it needs. And then it even has the little flip out tabs to raise your keyboard up anymore. It's designed to work with pretty much anything, and they just slide on the end of this here. So if I throw this keyboard I have for my studio computer set up here and flip in the tabs, then I can do it that way. Or what I do with my WASP code keyboard is actually flip out the tabs on the keyboard itself and still put them on there. Now this is a ridiculously oversized gaming keyboard and is not going to work super well on it just due to the height. Keep in mind the height of the bar compared to your keyboard. But on most realistic computers like my WASP code keyboard I use on my desk setup, it fits perfectly, and so did my SteelSeries 6G V2 and pretty much every other keyboard I've tried. That CM Storm keyboard is not a keyboard I'd recommend using in general. But it works great, and if we pull up like a web page or something here, it's super comfortable to use. The goal is to reduce hand strain by giving you, something easier to control, to just browse through websites. Scroll, I can click on an image, you can do all this and then simply reach up and start typing on your keyboard. It is super comfortable. If you do get this, please give yourself 2 weeks with it. Most places have at least a 30-day return policy. Give yourself 2 solid weeks of really trying to use it and get comfortable with it before you say you hate it or something, because it's great. Now, I got used to it within the first week, which has never happened with a keyboard or mouse product before, but it's just that comfortable to me. It works great. It's super comfortable to use, to just scroll through here and never have to take your hands off the keyboard. It makes some of your workflow a lot easier, especially if you're typing up a document. Just typing and scrolling through and stuff, you can be so much quicker. And then, yeah, build quality is great. I did have a little bit of paint chip off here. I don't know what specifically caused it, but I did get a little bit of chip paint off of here, but definitely would recommend it if anyone wants something more comfortable. So this has been the RollerMouse Red Plus from Contour Design. I always laughed at ergonomic products when I was a kid. I was like, oh, ergonomic keyboard, ergonomic mouse, ergonomic chair. It's like now how people see gaming branded products, and I didn't understand what the value was, but this I can't get enough of, and I gotta go put this back in my setup now if I'm gonna edit a video or anything, because I absolutely love it and I've been using it for a little while now. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, smash the like button, get subscribed for more awesome tech videos. Come check out our Patreon campaign where you can get early access to videos, help us keep creating free educational content, and leave me a comment down below with your thoughts. Product links will be down there, and I will catch you in a future video.
I also want to take a moment to give a huge thanks and shout out to our recent Patreon subscribers. Without you guys, these videos would not be possible, and I thoroughly appreciate your help. Visit patreon.com/EposVox to learn more.